Good morning everybody, Crypto STRANG here. Just following my video I did yesterday on Zilliqa, I saw this news article on Cointelegraph this morning about Zilliqa, and they've done a news headline, basically DeFi hype and upcoming mainnet upgrade back Zilliqa's 69% rally. I spoke yesterday how the price increase and it's constantly developing Zilliqa, and it's really is a project you should keep your eye on, definitely keep on your radar. I say back in March it was 0.002 and now we're at 4 cents. It's been around quite a while, Zilliqa, and it's constantly developing. And it states there, new partnerships, network upgrades, and surge in DeFi activity sent Zilliqa price on a strong month-long rally, and it has done that. And it also states there, you can go through it, and it talks about obviously the comparison with Ethereum. It states there, obviously, the project was founded in 2017 by National University of Singapore researchers who's looking to bring scalability to smart contracts. It goes through basically the Zilliqa and what it is. But it also states decentralized finance DeFi may have fueled the recent uptrend, but staking and governance voting by itself does not seem enough for sustainable price hike. It's very easy about the GZIL, the new token coming out with governance voting. If you earn a certain amount of ZIL, you can plan and vote on the future of Zilliqa. Obviously, the staking, we want to stake rewards you get, how much Zilliqa prepared to stake to get your returns. States here also the project now desperately needs DApp users' adoption and total value locked to display strength against the leader Ethereum. There's so much competition for Ethereum out there. You compare it to 2017, it's literally the other end of the spectrum now. There's so much different competition out there. And Ethereum, keep you in about 2.0, but I think as projects will gradually overtake Ethereum unless 2.0 does come out in decent time. And second, it's everything they're going to say it's going to do because there's so much competition. Also, Zilliqa uses a modified version of the Proof of Work Consensus Protocol and a proprietary programming language called Zilla. Thus, comparing its performance with the smart contract industry leader makes sense. Another headline, staking partnership behind the recent price hike. Yep. In April was the 6.2 release, which focused on usability, memory, and performance optimization, along with support for staking. We've got the recent developments. October 5th, Zilliqa, the first Zilliqa-based decentralized exchange was launched. The rollout of Zilliqa's non-custodial staking took longer than expected. Launched on October the 14th. But it states there, this is why it's doing such well. It was an incident with the community. Investors staked more than 1 billion ZIL staked in the first few hours. So by the next day, over 25% of the circulating supply of Zilliqa has been staked. And that is incredible. And the Zilliqa's 7.0 mainnet upgrade is scheduled for December the 21st. So it's constantly developing. Talk about the roadmap. Got so much planned with the partnerships. So I did a video yesterday, and I just think Zilliqa is a wonderful project. But we'll see how it develops in 2021. Another news article on Cointelegraph was the Bancor. They've actually got into Bancor, never owned it. But it soared 86% in 2 days as Coinbase lists B&T DEX volume spikes, basically. So you can see that the price of B&T surged 86% from $1.02 to $1.91. Now, the value was fueled by the combinations, as I say, of Coinbase and obviously the growing value of Bancor's DEX. But it's just incredible to think that you think Bancor, if you go on CoinMarketCap today, it's actually dropped to $1.59. It's about the only project in the red today. That's mainly because of such a massive pump. It's had the natural pullback, which always happens. But what I like about Bancor, which again, perhaps I've missed the boat with this one, is pretty much all the supplies out there, which is very unusual. Beginning of the year it was only 11 cents, and the all-time high at the end of the last bull run was $10. So you can see Bancor, after all this time, after the last bull run, and nearly 3 years later, it's still in the top 100. That just shows the longevity of Bancor itself. So I say I probably missed out on that one. I'll probably continuously pump in price, to be honest, over the next few months, over a year, because it's such a development in progress. Cryptocurrency and the exchange is constantly developing. So let's see how they develop. But Bancor, yeah, very good. Getting listed on Coinbase is fantastic. Talking about Coinbase, when Cardano gets on there, you can't imagine the pump that will get. But anyway. Getting back to Cardano, the parent IRHK partners with Nervos to improve smart contract security. Love seeing this headline. I know I've mentioned many times 2 of my favourite projects. Recently appeared on video actually for Nervos, a part of a promotional campaign celebrating their 1st year anniversary. That's all they've been out, just over a year now, and they've done fantastic well. They've been in the top 100, slightly out at the moment. I just love the project. I think it's got such longevity, and it's such a great roadmap, such a huge team all around the world. Nervos, CKB, certainly one to keep on your radar. I love the interview I did on my channel a few months ago. I'd love to get them back on actually because they're constantly developing. William Lyer, one of the leaders, messaged me a lot about how they're developing. He sends me videos of CKB actually working in mainstream, going into a a shop and using his Nervos to buy a cup of coffee, and the way it transfers into the local currency. It's just absolutely wonderful. I think Nervos is going to be great, but it's just wonderful to see RHK also developing more partnerships. So it states there, RHK, the company behind Cardano, has entered into a partnership with Nervos, a multi-asset blockchain network based in China. The two have jointly launched a research initiative around UTXO ledgers and smart contracts that set to create a secure and scalable alternative to Ethereum's account model. So it states there, Nervos, one of the largest open source blockchain projects in China, has announced that it's entering a partnership with RHK, the company behind Cardano blockchain. So you think Nervos, one of the largest open source blockchain projects in China. You know, China have often talked about blockchain. They're anti-crypto, but they're sort of really proactive in blockchain. And the way Nervos is developing, it's such a market like China. That's why I have such high hopes for Nervos. It's never been 1 cent Nervos, ever. At the moment, I think its high was actually just under 1 cent. At the moment, it's 0.003, if I remember. And I just think that, personally, it's not financial advice, up to you if you go and buy it, but I think that's a ridiculously low price. Over the next months, years, I think Nervos has got massive, massive potential. So it states here the two companies set to roll out their collaboration phases. You go down there, Roman Pellerin, Chief Technical Officer at RHK, said that despite taking up different approaches to blockchain technology, both Cardano and Nervos are focused on similar things: robust smart contract technologies, native token standards, cross-chain asset transfers, and novel crypto primitives. And it scrolls down. So I'll put the link below. I just think it's wonderful. You know, two of my favourite projects. I saw that headline, I thought absolutely fantastic. Quickly on to CoinMarketCap. Obviously, the last day or so, we've had an absolute massive pump, basically driven by Bitcoin. You know, look at the market cap of Bitcoin. It's now 421 billion. The price smashed through, you know, 23,000 now this morning, and it just keeps going up and up. You think it's up nearly 20% in 24 hours. So who knows? We can have a slight pullback tomorrow, perhaps. Who knows? But the hype around Bitcoin, because it smashed through the all-time high, this becomes mainstream news. It's all over all the news articles. Most of the main news sites will have a section now, Bitcoin breaks high, and it causes sort of, you know, FOMO, should we say, a fear of missing out, and people wanting to get involved with it. I've many people I know come to these cryptocurrency talk about what's it all about, and the amount of people I've helped get started with crypto, like personal friends of mine, friends of friends. It really is gaining so much momentum. I think also the PayPal news was huge as well. Also the news the other day from JP Morgan, we'll go over that in a minute. Again, I think that's all part of the hype. You look at even Ripple. As I've said before, the top 6 projects there, I don't own any of them. I don't own Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Tether, Litecoin, or Bitcoin Cash. You know, I love Chainlink, Cardano, Polkadot. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just believe in up and coming. I believe personally one day Cardano reach #1, but even that's nearly up. You know, it's over 9% today. But you scroll down, even Litecoin, 18%. You know, but you scroll down, Stellar. Don't own any Stellar anymore, up 14%. I think it's a great project. Don't own it anymore. EOS up over 8%. Don't own EOS. You go through all these projects, a lot of old classics from the 2017, 2018 bull run. You know, Tron's there. Crow's up 11%. Filecoin, incredible year. Look at that. NEO's been stagnant for so long. You know, that was one of the biggest ones the last bull run. NEO was a project where I missed out, but basically, basically in January 2017, if you'd have bought £1,000 worth of NEO, by January 2018, it's worth 400,000. You know, at the basically ICO stage, I think it was like a couple of cents, and it went up to about $180, $190 each. Incredible. But NEO, throughout the bear market, is still in, you know, still ranked 23. You know, NEO 3.0, for example. You know, who knows where that will be. Probably will do well in the next bull run, but I don't own NEO anymore. Atom, another one that I really like. You know, you go through this VE chain we spoke about the other day, wonderful project, now ranked 26. Dash, an old favourite. There's just so many out here. You go through it all, many old classics, brand new projects as well. You know, you scroll through and it's just incredible. Scroll back to the top, you can see, you know, market 643 billion. Absolutely incredible. Obviously, the BTC dominance has gone up, obviously, after such a huge price. But even on this screen now, while I've been talking to you, it's gone up to 23,200. So I would expect to pull back, but who knows? It's gaining so much momentum now, and it will make the rest of the altcoins follow suit, in my opinion. So I just think 2021 is going to be absolutely fantastic. I have so much hope for 2021. For all the doom and gloom of 2020, the rest of what's going on in the world, crypto has done well this year. Many projects have rocketed, very competitive with DeFi coming out, even NFTs coming out. I just think we're really seeing huge progression now with cryptocurrency. Go on the biggest gainers and losers. Look at that one. I've never heard of the project. Heidi, 24 hours gone up 20,000%. I've never seen such a big price increase, but the volume is ridiculously low. It's only 110,000. So that tells you it's a pump and dump. So I looked into it and I was like, I'll go through it in a minute. If you look through the others, there's no other projects there that I've really heard of. This is 24 hours. You see the top losers there. Again, haven't heard much of them. But if you select here, go 7 days, and you can see there, this is last 7 days. Again, not many projects you've heard of, low volumes, most of them. So there's not a huge amount of new projects there that interest me because the volumes are so low. They've pumped massive, they're pump and dumps, a lot of them, in my opinion. Grin there, doing well, up 106% in a week. Spoke about Grin before. I say most of the other projects and the gainers and losers unheard of. But getting back to Heidi, it's ranked 1,461. You can see there in the last 24 hours gone up 90% on here. Obviously, it had a massive pump, and now it's had a massive dump, basically. Huge, and you scroll down here. But what I like about this, max supply is very low. That's hence the price did go to where it went. It was max supply is 12,910,000. But when you scroll down to the bottom of here, you can see, and you go over there, and the 7-day high and low, you can see there, look, the low was 0.00006, but it's reached nearly 80 cents, and that's why it's had the 20,000% gain. Now, this is the ultimate classic pump and dump, but to go from that price to nearly 80 cents in 7 days is absolutely incredible. Wow. Imagine getting in there, But you can also see previous history as well, where the year high was actually $52. So its actual low was December the 15th, and it was all those zeros and six. Back in August, it was $52. And you think the 30-day high was $3.89, but it's just literally in the last week we've had that such massive pump. But so back in August, it was $52, and look at where we are now. It's 0.005 again. So it makes you look into it a bit more. Now, there's not a huge amount more to come out, Who knows when the rest are coming out? I mean, there is a lot more to come out, is what I meant to say. Circulating supply is approaching, which is just over 903,700. The total supply, I say, is nearly 30 million. So sorry, there is a lot still to come out, but I don't know when they're coming out. Is it gradual release, released to the investors, the owners? So we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it for the next few days. It just seems to have massive pumps and dumps, To go, for instance, for $52 down to 0.5 noughts and a 6, that's such a low fee. And then it's gone back up to 80 cents. Now we're back down to half a cent. It's an incredible project, for pumps and dumps. It's been around a while. It's not like I literally come out this week. We normally get these huge pumps. So that's one just keep an eye on, really. Go on their website, HeidiCoin.io. It states there it's a Swiss investment grade crypto token which empowers sustainability focused education at a college in Switzerland. So about HeidiCoin, we're witnessing the devastating effects that modern day capitalism has brought to everyday lives: climate crisis, income disparity, consumer plastification. So it goes there. The answer lies in tokenization of sustainable innovation, problem we seek to solve. Status quo approach to business education produces graduates who are merely prepared to perpetuate the failing principles of capitalism. We're not producing enough green entrepreneurs, lack of financial access. So it gives all things they're trying to do. Does seem quite a lot involved with it. It's been a while since I've seen a project with such change in price. It's absolutely incredible, to be honest. But as I say, with such a relatively low supply, you can see why the price has reached that. So it's one I'm going to keep my eye on, to be honest. But what I do also like about the bottom of it, actually got like real people as the team. You can check their LinkedIn profiles. It's quite a big, got some basically telling what exactly they are. Let's just see how that develops. I say it's very, very, very volatile as it gets, really, that project. But it was just incredible to see something grow 20,000%. Imagine getting in there when it was 0.006 and selling it for 80 cents. Anyway, go to blockfolio.com. Again, a lot of news. Top Blockfolio singles of the past week was Cardano adds hardware wallet to support Dados wallet. Never stops Cardano with development. There's multiple teams carrying out Shelley, the Datos wallets, the mainnets, and Conga and everything, Voltaire and everything else. Tezos blockchain to be used for investment fund, film production, STO. Blockstack, mentioned them before, secures first US listing on OKCoin. Avalanche, never really looked into integrated securities for digital securities. Engine partners with Atari, look at that as an old name for you from the gaming industry. In milestone for blockchain gaming, Engine and Atari together, and Alf mainnet goes live. So this was obviously really good to see. The Cardano adds hardware wallets for Daedalus wallet. This is Daedalus 3.0 brings support for Ledger Nano S, X, and Tracer Model T hardware wallets for transactions and delegation. Now that is incredible. Cold storage for your private keys, completely trustless operation, and max security price with full blockchain validation. Absolutely incredible. Just want to sort of scroll down. You can see all the news we just went over just then. But I just love this, Atari. We've partnered with Atari to bring the iconic brand to our ecosystem. This ongoing collaboration will see Atari-inspired E&J assets usable into various blockchain games and projects. Starting with Baller Games portfolio. It's incredible to see Atari in this day and age get involved with blockchain. Incredible. Going on CoinOunce very quickly. Obviously, the main news is about Bitcoin. Also, UK's financial regulator, FCA, Financial Conduct Authority, established temporary guidelines for crypto companies. So it's good to see here in the UK, they're looking into guidelines for crypto companies. So that's great to hear. Binance ships its Visa cards to the European Economic Area. I've ordered my Binance Visa card. I've got a few debit cards now. I've also got, my Crypto.com card off of the WIREX. I've got Maternio, you've got Ethereum, you've got Binance. So that's enough debit cards. I just like to have multiple. The difference with Binance debit card is, I haven't used it yet, is what I'm looking into it is where all the others you have to sort of transfer it from your crypto to your local currency, i.e. for me, British pounds. On the Binance card, it takes it direct from your cryptocurrency. So you state which coin, I believe that's the word, you state which coin you want to use for everyday spending, and it automatically transfers it from your crypto holdings. I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to confirm that. That's what I've heard. This was interesting. The Swedish government is going to be moving to a monetary system towards total digital currency. I believe Sweden was is one of the first countries to basically be a cashless society. They don't have any cash really used. I think it was the country with the most percentage, where now it's mostly phones, etc., and they hardly use any cash in Sweden now. So very advanced there. I thought this was sort of started the big news with Bitcoin this week when JP Morgan, I spoke about yesterday briefly on the video, where predicts a demand of around 600 billion for the Bitcoin in the future. And it states that one of the world's largest investment banks, JP Morgan Chase, mentioned in a research note the recent Bitcoin adoption by a mutual life insurance company has really increased where the investors now want Bitcoin. Now, as I spoke yesterday on the video, back in 2018, the CEO said Bitcoin's a scam. Anyone with JP Morgan buying Bitcoin would be sacked. A year later, they brought out their stablecoin, or announced JPM. Now, they're fully engrossed and fully understand Bitcoin. So it's basically 2 years calling it a scam. They're now accepting Bitcoin, basically. And they reckon up to 600 billion could go into the market, because a lot of investors now are going away, going basically away from fiat, and they're really focused now on cryptocurrencies and digital assets. And I really think, 2021 mainstream adoption is just going to go over another hurdle. States there, France introduces tougher KYC regulations for cryptocurrency transactions. So that obviously affect privacy coins. So there's a lot going on in the world. But I just want to go back to Bancor really. I must do a dedicated video on this. Say last day I said it's been $1.91, we're back to $1.59, it's only 11 cents. It's been around all this time, 3.5 years, still in the top 100. Any project still doing that is great. So I'm looking to Bancor more. I should have looked in before, as I say, but I'll look into it. So anyway, anyone want any help? Email me, info@cryptostrang.com. Anything to do with crypto, I help any way I can. Social media links are below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.